Welcome to the strange universe, where it's not about becoming someone new, but it's really about remembering who you've always been. Today's message is a little different. See, I'm not here to tell you what to do, how to think, or how to act, or even who to be. I'm not your boss, I'm not your president, I'm not your premier, and I'm definitely no kind of savior. I'm simply a messenger of a message that wants you to remember. Now, some may take this in the wrong way, but I'm going to go ahead and say it anyways. You see, we've been taught to forget, and it's not your fault. You were conditioned to sleep from a very young and very, very impressionable age. You were born into a system that taught you when you were most receptive and programmable that this world, that it's the only harsh reality, that the way we do things here in the machine is the only way it's done, that the atoms, the molecules, and the matter are the only things that matter. And that did it all before you could ever imagine your own reality, before you could ever remember who you were. But you are not a machine. We are not mammals fighting for scraps around some campfire like cavemen 5,000 years ago. We're not reptiles reacting only from the fight and flight fear in our brains. We're souls, vast, radiant, infinite, in fact. But I want you to take a look at what we've become. We've become people that just run around in circles in our cubicles, worshiping deadlines, and we're slaves to the ticking of the clock. We trade our life's passions, what makes us feel alive, for paychecks. And we measure our worth by what we own instead of who we are. We sell who we are for what we're told in school that we can do with our lives if we just get the right piece of paper. Who we're going to be. And it's not your fault, really. We've all been programmed like computers into sleep mode. We've been taught to doubt our own intuition, our own inner light. We've been trained like animals to believe that survival, that's all there is, and that's somehow enough. But that's not true. We are not here merely to survive. We're here to thrive. And this is our opportunity to remember. Now, the 9-to-5 grind, it's not life. It's not the solution. It's a trap. A trap designed to dull the senses, to cage that spirit, to distract us with just enough comfort in this well-crafted golden cage so that we forget that we were born to fly. Oh, I don't want you to take this in the wrong way. There's nothing wrong with working a 9-to-5 if that fulfills you, if that's your mission, if that's your goal. But I just want you to stick with me here. You see, most people are just sleepwalking through the wonder and the beauty of this incredible opportunity that we call life. We're not made to ignore each other's souls in favor of scrolling screens that capture the illusions of the best parts of someone's life. We're not made to work and toil and sweat and suffer only to retire and enjoy a few short years before we die. I mean, look around. There's magic in the rising mist that comes from the morning trees. There's a world of joy and freedom in a child's laughter. There's holiness, there's sanctity in holding another's hand and hugging friends for the first or maybe the last time. But you have to be awake to see it. You have to wake up. Now, some will say, look, that's just the way it is. Why can't you just accept it? But I say, no, that's how it was. It's not how it needs to be, not for me. Now, if you're happy, like I said, great, this message, it's not for you. But if you truly are, then I need you to go back into the cave and help another to find the same happiness that you have. That's all I ask, because I'm not here to tell you what to do. I'm here to tell you that we all have a choice. And you, my beautiful friends, are the ones who are going to decide what comes next. It's all based on your decisions, based on your actions. The time of politicians, kings, and corporations leading us blindly about is crumbling. The era of silently suffering while others don't is fading. There's a revolution rising, not with guns or protests. It's not violent. It's in the mind. It's in the heart. It's in our very soul. It begins when we choose to see clearly, to breathe fully, not in fear, but with faith, to touch the earth with our bare feet and honor its power and its reverence, its aliveness. But we've tried to bury that under the thin veneer of concrete that we've toiled so long to try to cage. We need to look into the eyes of a stranger and to see ourselves peering back in the divinity of God's creation. Not as she, them, but as us. No black, no white, just us. You see, you're not your job title. You are not your debt. You're not your car. You're not the house that you live in. You are God's perfect masterpiece, His most precious gift. The millionaire and the homeless beggar alike, they both carry the same spark, so we need to remember that. You see, regardless of the outfit you wear, we are all stardust, collected here temporarily for a short period of time to remember ourselves. We are divine beings in a temporary material body. And we are here now together. And now is where freedom lives, where choice is always present. I'm just providing the message. It's you that has to choose. We don't need to fight the system with hate. That's not my point. It's not about pulling people down. We simply need to stop feeding it our fear. We need to stop listening to the differences that are broadcast to us. And we need to start loving the similarities, the divine spark that we all share. And when enough of us do this, when we turn inward, when we connect upward on a soul level, and we start living outwardly from that miraculous soul, well, the old world will collapse under the weight of its own illusions. Its own machine-like gears will become too heavy for it to support. And then the machine will come to a sudden screeching halt. And the new earth will grow up around its unnatural structures like a lush garden with fragrant flowers in its place. So this is not a call to arms. This is a different kind of revolution. This is a call to awareness. We need to break free from that conditioned trance. We need to stop running and wasting all of our life, all of our time going after empty goals. We need to slow down and remember who you are, why you're here, and what you are uniquely capable of. This revolution, it needs an arsenal of spiritual gifts and of people. Each plays a part. Only they can play. You, my friend, you are anything but ordinary. you are in fact a very, very deadly weapon against the ordinary and the mundane. You are so special and you are so loved. Because the soul, it doesn't care about your computer-generated resume. Those are just lines and spaces, kind of like a jail cell. That's the matrix programming. That's the corrupt programming. The soul wants you to create a masterpiece like Van Gogh did or Picasso with your life, outside the lines. It wants you to love with whatever time that you have left. It wants you to be, to help others to love, and to create other beautiful living works of art on this planet. So evolve. Leave the reptile mind behind, the one that tells you to hoard, to fight, to fear. Transcend that mammalian instinct. It's had its purpose, sure, but that was long ago. Today it just forces you to follow, to please, to stay safe. And safe from what? Your neighbor? No, your neighbor is just as divine as you are. It's the system that tells you to fear your neighbor, and that is the problem. That is the virus. So I want you to open your eyes into your highest self, the highest vision of yourself. Let that lead. I want you to speak your truth, even when your voice trembles or you stutter or stumble. Moses in the Bible had a terrible problem with speaking, but God used him, and it changed the world. We need to choose love and meaning over comfort. We need to choose presence over distraction. We need to choose connection over competition with anyone or anything. But we need to do it with a kind heart and with an understanding that people are fragile, they're hurt, many of them are still asleep. So we need to do it slowly, but we need to begin with ourselves. The world doesn't change because we wish it would. It changes because we change. Inside, we remember. And then we wake up. One soul at a time, one flower opening its petals to the sun at a time. And that can begin now if you choose. I told you, it's entirely up to you. Entirely. Wake up or stay asleep. But life, it's happening right now. Either way, and the revolution is here. The game is afoot and we are moving the ball. We were down for a long time, but the comeback is happening and we're at the 2-minute warning. The universe, it's depending on every player, and they're calling your name. If, that is, you choose to play. And if you do, you just need to do your job. And your job is to choose. So here it is. You're standing on the edge, not of a cliff, but of a decision. To return to sleep or to wake up. To keep chasing manufactured illusions created by the false matrix, or to turn inward and remember your life's true mission and purpose. No one can make this choice for you. Not your parents, not your family, not even God. Some of you may not agree with that, but God has a plan. But He gave you free will. He loved you that much, but He will not force you to follow that plan. So, He leaves it to you. He leaves you a choice. Will you numb yourself another day, or will you rise with the fire God placed inside of you, inside of your soul? A fire that can illuminate a dark world. Will you choose the comfort of the golden cage, or will you soar with us to the unknown heights of freedom? This, my friend, is the moment right here, right now. Because in reality, it's always right now. So you need to choose wisely, my friend. And remember, you're never alone. I love you.